time is it?
It's time for art!
Hey, kindergarten, first grade. Welcome back. We have been knocking out these Gerald McDermott books. You guys are doing great. We started at the tail end of our Africa unit with Anansi the spider and Zomo the rabbit. Then we went to Japan and made our origami samurai hats for the stone cutter. Then we read Raven, a trickster tale from the Pacific Northwest. And now also in the Pacific is a Hawaiian story, Pig Boy. To paraphrase Gerald McDermott, Pig Boy is a divine trickster hero from Hawaiian mythology. In the foreword to his book, Gerald McDermott says, it's important to study mythology. The more we discover about someone else's culture, the more deeply we can share our common humanity. And in Hawaiian mythology, he's a shapeshifter. He can transform into handsome warriors, but in his true state, he's a pig. He's a messy little hog. And Pig Boy does an awful lot of shape-shifting in this story that I'm about to read. Pig Boy, a Trickster Tale from Hawaii by Gerald McDermott. Pig Boy, a Trickster Tale from Hawaii by Gerald McDermott. Pig Boy. When he was born, he was a hairy little hog. His ears were pointing and his tail was curly. His back was bristly and his snout was dirty. Grandmother loved this dirty little boy. She wrapped him in soft leaves and sang him to sleep. You will be a little pig who roots in the earth. You will be a hairy hog who sails the seas. You will be a tiny fish who swims in the ocean. You will be a wild boar who carves the mountains. You will be filled with magic. And if trouble comes, she whispered, just slip away. When Pig Boy awoke, he was very hungry. He began to eat. As he ate, he began to burp. As he burped, he ate more and more and more. He had eaten all the roots in his grandmother's taro patch, and he was still hungry. Pig Boy ran into the king's gardens and stole the royal chickens. The king and his men chased after the greedy hog. They found him in the middle of the forest. Seize him, the king commanded. Pig Boy squealed and became 100 little piglets. Then he slipped away. Pig Boy ran and ran until he came to the shore. He looked across the sea and saw Pele, the goddess of fire, perched on her smoking mountain. He hoped she would protect him from the king and his men. Pig Boy was rowing. Pig Boy was sailing. Pig Boy was flying over the waves, rushing toward Pele. But when Pele saw the dirty, hairy little hog, she shouted, "Swine! Leave me alone!" She shook the earth. She filled the sky with fire and smoke. Pig Boy squealed and jumped into the ocean. He became the pig-nosed fish, called the Huma Huma Nuka Nuka Apua'a. Then he slipped away. When Pig Boy leaped out of the water, the king was waiting. Pig Boy was caught. The king's men tied him to a pole and carried him away. He grew bigger and bigger and bigger until he burst free.
Grunt.
Pig Boy ripped a path up the mountain with his bristly back. The waters rushed down and washed away the king and his men. Then Pig Boy got small. He ran to grandmother. She wrapped him in soft leaves and sang him to sleep. Pig Boy is a dreamer. He dreams of roaming the islands and sailing the seas and swimming the ocean and climbing the mountains. And if trouble comes, as it always does, he just slips away. The end. You can make your Pig Boy however you want. You can draw it, you can print a copy from my blog and color it. It's entirely up to you. I've got construction paper and I'm going to attempt to recreate the cover of the book as best I can. I'll cut out a body and a head and glue that on a green background. I will use excess paper and make arms and legs and ears and a tail. I'll take some pink paper and cut out a heart shape like his nose. And then I'll strategically glue this all down. I know he's wearing a necklace with beads and leaves. I can tear up little scraps of green paper to be the leaves. I think I'm gonna end up drawing his necklace. I'll probably end up drawing the volcano in the background too, but let me go ahead and glue these. I'll take a marker, you could take a black or purple marker. I'll add details, his nose, his eyes, his eyebrows, his squiggly little smiley mouth. The book talks about all his prickly hog hair or piglet hair. I'll just decorate those, scribble, scrabble a texture on here. Get my warm colors, my reds and oranges and yellows to make lava coming out of the volcano. I might color or add shading to the leaves with a darker green marker. I'll take out my brown and finish his necklace. I'll take a green and add some leaves, jungle plants, and that's it. I can't wait to see what everyone's pig boy looks like. See you next time. Bye. Today's pro tip is a problem that I see when kids are painting and they get excited, and it's a problem I would like to avoid in the future. This paintbrush has a handle and bristles, but this metal part that holds it all together is called the ferrule, spelled F-E-R-R-U-L-E. Paintbrushes aren't the only things with ferrules. Off the top of my head, pencils have a ferrule, golf clubs have a ferrule, but what I want to talk to you about is using the ferrule of the paintbrush. When you are painting and dipping in the paint, all you want to do is dip the bristles in, just like this. This is the right way to do it. The paint is not in the ferrule. If you're touching the metal, you've gone too far. I have seen kids do it like this. That's a big no-no. And I have even seen kids do it like this. That's definitely a big no-no. This is the perfect way to do it. Bonus points! Boy, I ask this question a lot. What year was the book Pig Boy published?